Hi everyone, Joy here. Today I have a very special young man. His name is Carter and he did something really cool, which I'm not going to spill the beans because we're going to talk to him about it and he's going to tell us all about it. Hi Carter, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm awesome, thank you. And I also have to introduce his dad, Ryan. And Ryan is a very awesome entrepreneurial parent himself that is obviously indoctrinating him with the right ways in life. So hi Ryan, thank you so much for allowing Carter to be on this podcast. It's really awesome.
Yeah, thank you, Joy. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. So, Carter, tell me, where did you grow up and what's your favorite thing to do as a kid?
I grew up in Napa Valley,
Mm-hmm.
California. I'm still here. And my favorite thing to do on my free time or just in general is probably skateboarding. I
Oh,
love skateboarding.
can you do awesome tricks?
I'm working on it. I can do an ollie and a front side 180, and that's pretty much it. But I'm working on a backside 180.
That's
What,
impressive.
what did you build next door?
Oh yeah, and we built a half pipe next door, so I get to ride on that and then do my tricks, and it's really cool.
Have you had any broken bones yet?
Not on skateboarding, but like when I broke my arm and I can actually hyperextend it.
Ow,
Pretty crazy.
ow, that is painful. So you do something very special. I need to know, okay, I'm not going to spill the beans. You have to tell the people all about this really awesome idea that you got and how did it come about and what exactly is that thing that you're doing?
So I made a shoe called the Foot Crit. I can show you
That is so
on
cool.
here, and it's
So
a combination of a flip flop and a foam clog. So I make sure that you have safety and it's high quality for
yeah.
you guys to wear. And it has a Vibram outsole, which is the bottom of the shoe, and it's super grippy and it's made for mountaineering so you can climb trees in them. It has a memory foam footbed wrapped in leather, which is super squishy and it will mold to your foot. Under the memory foam footbed is the midsole. The material that I use is called sweet foam. It's made out of sugar cane from southern Brazil, and it's eco-friendly and biodegradable. So this shoe is basically fully recyclable, and there's synthetic leather on the top, and you can actually pick your color and critter. There's 204 options, and in my Kickstarter campaign, we found the data for the most popular colors and critters, and that's what we're going to put in retail and websites and my website. And then there's neoprene, which is touching the top of your foot. It makes sure that you don't have any problems with blisters or sweaty feet. So it's, I forgot one more thing. There's also a tow bar inside to keep your foot secure.
Oh,
So when you run, jump, and climb, or what I call adventurability, I actually trademarked that word, so it's my word now. It's hanging up in my wall or it's hanging up in my room on my wall. And yeah, that's pretty much my whole entire shoe.
okay, you have to tell me, how did this amazing, I mean, okay, first of all, that is impressive because you literally thought of everything. Because when I saw your shoes on the website, I'm thinking, they look awesome, but your feet must be getting sweaty in those. And now you just said that there's a component in there that's going to prevent that from happening. So you really thought of everything. How long did it take you to design that shoe?
It took me from right now, it's like almost 4 years. It's like 3 years and 2/3, something like that. So it's taken a long time.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you obviously have some massive dedication and a discipline to keep going at it, right?
Yeah, we had some struggles on the way, but we conquered them and went over it. And now the shoe's looking good as ever.
Oh, and I love that color. Pink is my favorite color, so that just like that really does it for me. So how did you think of the idea? How did that come about?
So I was on a family vacation at the Caribbean, and I only had my flip flops and my Crocs. So I was running around in my flip flops about 9 a.m. in the morning, and I was climbing trees and running around doing what I do. And the flip flop broke, and I stubbed my toes, and it really hurt. And no one wants that. So I got my Crocs, and I started running around in them, but they gave me lots of blisters and sweaty feet. And I do not like that. I don't think anybody does. So I went to my dad, and I asked him, so I have an idea. And he's like, oh no, what's your idea? And I'm like, I want to make a shoe called the Flip Crit. And he's like, okay, what exactly is this? And I was like, well, I can write it down for you. He's like, oh yeah, how about you make a business plan? So he told me what a business plan was. I wrote one down. I gave it to him, and he was pretty surprised, I think. And his reaction was like, oh my God. So he talked to my mom about it and my brother, and they all liked the idea. So we decided we're going to make a shoe. Oh, yeah, and you can actually ask him right now what was his reaction.
Ryan, what was your reaction?
He just blew my mind. I went, a shoe? What are you talking about? And the Flip Crit, his nickname is Critter, or Crit for short, and he can tell you how that came about. So I don't know, as a parent, you know, your kids are constantly coming up with ideas and throwing things at you. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes we get maybe just caught up in life and we're not listening. And so I was on vacation, I was relaxed, I was actually reading a book, looking out at the Caribbean Sea, and so I was really listening to him, and I thought, wow, I loved the fact that he was taking two things that he knew really well that individually were not working for him.
Yeah.
And he was like, what if I put the components that I liked of each and put them together? So I was pretty impressed, but what really got me is what he wrote down. And he actually drew a picture of the shoe, and then he wrote down all these different aspects of what crits would be. And if some of these are hard to, you can see he has adventurability written down here. And when you look at this, and he was 8 years old at the time, right? So you have to put it in context. And he comes back to me and he says, you know, I want people to look down and feel happy and safe and secure in their footwear. And it was just such an emotionally intelligent thing coming out of the mind of an 8-year-old, and that really blew my mind. And then I thought it would be a really great opportunity to show the boys, he and his brother, you know, kind of the basics of entrepreneurship and how difficult it is to create something from nothing.
Yes.
Right. And so that was really the idea was, you know, to use the little man's idea, mm-hmm. and kind of learn some entrepreneurial skills and really just see how hard it is. And to be honest with you, I don't think any of us thought he'd be actually selling shoes.
I knew I would get to this point, but
of course he did.
Yeah, I knew.
Of course he did.
But I didn't know I was going to get this far, like funded in 45 minutes with my Kickstarter, raising $3,000, which is pretty crazy. I didn't imagine that, but I surely imagined getting here.
That's very impressive. What was that thing that kept driving you to just go? Because like I said, it's been 4 years. It didn't just happen yesterday. So that's a lot of, I'm sure there was a lot of tears and a lot of anger and frustration and all of those emotions as well. How did you handle that?
Well, what I did is that once I had like a meltdown about it and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I sat in my room, meditated, then went into a lavender Epsom salt bath, then read for a little, and then I came back and I was fully energized. and being myself, and I got it down, and I felt really happy. And that's pretty much how I got through it. But sometimes I just sat in silence thinking about my thoughts, just doing that, and it really helped me. Sometimes I take a little nap because when I get up, I feel really energized and amazing. So that's pretty much how I got through it all.
I'm very impressed with what you are saying. I need to let my 7-year-old listen to what you're saying about the bath and the meditation, because I'm struggling to get him to do it. So that is very impressive. Ryan, you must be a very proud dad, I'm sure.
Yes, the pride is overwhelming.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, so your idea obviously took off, and you're at this stage now where it's pretty amazing, right? And you're going on, I can almost say, like a podcast tour. Is that what you're doing? You're trying to get onto many podcasts and just tell your story?
Yeah, as many podcasts as I can, and telling my story to people, and check out my website, crits.com, CRITTS.com. I just wanted to see it and see if they like it, share it with their friends. Maybe they'll buy it and spread happiness, safety, and security to all critters.
That's awesome. How did the name come about?
Huh?
How did the name come about?
Oh, the name come about. Oh, yeah. So my brother and his friend were playing basketball in our backyard, and he was just shooting, and I came out and just like whacked the ball out of their hands. And I was being like really annoying, like I usually do to him.
Yeah.
And so he's like, "Why are you annoying me like a critter?" And I was like, "I'm your little brother. What else am I supposed to do?" And he's like, "I'm gonna call you Critter now." I was like, "Okay." So the next day at school, people just started walking up to me and saying, "Hi, Critter, hi, Critter, hi, Critter." And I was like,
no.
My brother's apparently popular. So he told everybody in the school to call me Critter. And then we soon shortened it to Crit. And then I had my nickname Crit or Critter. And then I just pretty much made my nickname the company. So Crits and Crit.
That's very cool. So you actually turned, I love this, because you turned that almost supposed to be negativity into this positive, awesome thing. Your brother must be thinking, that little nonsense.
Yeah, I'm sure he was like, so apparently I didn't get payback.
I think it's good payback.
Yeah, it's good payback. It's good payback.
I absolutely love it. Okay, so apart from all the struggles that you're going through, what was the most fun thing that you had on this journey so far?
Fun thing. Probably the most fun thing that on my journey is probably talking to people and seeing their reactions, and like that you can do anything. And I've actually done a bunch of presentations to high schools, colleges, elementary schools, pretty much everything. And that I think I really inspired people, and I want that to happen because I want them to have their own ideas. And just because they're young doesn't mean anything. Just because you're older doesn't mean anything. You can still do it. You just have to push through, go through stuff, and you'll be able to succeed.
Exactly that. Damn, Ryan, you must be so proud. I am proud for you.
Oh yeah, thanks me. Some of the things that come out of his mouth at times, I'm like, oh man, it makes me want to cry.
I was like, I want to cry, and I don't even have him as my child. That's really, really cool. Okay, so obviously the podcast is called Unleash Your Focus. So really where that comes about is that, a lot of people think differently about a lot of things. People's perspective is differently. So for example, we all know meditation is a really good way to calm your mind and to, and a lot of people don't know that that's like a really basic success hack. And that's what this show is about, teaching people the success hacks and really going behind the scenes to see what make people successful. So what do you think is your superpower that you think is making you successful?
I think first is my energy. I was just like born with the energy. And I can do hours of skateboarding or hours of running and still having energy, just like my dog. And I think that's one of the things that made me push through. And meditating really helped. I wasn't meditating for a long time through this journey, and I was kind of a little rocky. But when I started, it kind of like was in a straight line. I got all my videos done. I unleashed my focus, and I pushed through it. And I think those are the two main things that pretty much made me succeed.
So if you feel like, sorry, go Ryan.
I would add a third if I could, Joy.
Yeah.
And a third.
So he is a very special young man for lots of reasons, but I think the main one is his, and he's always had this, the empathy that he has for other people and animals. He loves animals. But that is something that I think not everybody just has internally. You sometimes have to learn that, empathy, but he was just born with it, and that ability to put yourself in somebody else's shoes and understand what they're feeling and what they're concerned about. And you can, just the question that you asked him, what's been the most fun thing? I think most people, if they were in, would have said, oh, I got to go to Hong Kong, and I got to go to Los Angeles, and I got to eat at this place, and I got to do this, and I got to go to here, and I got to do all these things. And instead it's, just inspiring people, talking to people. That's pretty. That answer right there sort of tells you a lot about the little man. So I think empathy is a big one.
You look like you're about to cry.
Oh, stop.
You know what, that part, what your dad is talking about now, that's going to take you very far in this game, and it's going to make you very successful because you really care about people. And that's one of the biggest secrets that I've learned in my journey for the last few years, is that if you really care about people, people are going to really care about you. And the money is just going to come automatically and naturally. You're not even going to try. It's just how it works. Yeah. So I've got another question for you. So obviously now you were saying that these shoes, you can climb trees. So how high can you actually climb in a tree with these shoes? Are they working?
Oh yeah, you can climb pretty high. I have this tree over there, and it's a pretty good tree. You kind of have to jump on it, but I got up almost to max height without actually telling you guys.
Oh, I'm sure you didn't.
And so I climbed the tree, and I got pretty far. They didn't slip off. If you hold to the tow bar just a little bit inside there, it won't fall off. I've ran in them. I've rode my bike in them. I've done ollies in them on the skateboard. I've done pretty much everything in them, and I beat up shoes, like beat up shoes, like destroy them in like 5 days, maybe 2. And these shoes are high quality because I didn't destroy them. Mm-hmm. That's how you know.
That's
and
awesome.
I don't know. I just made them really high quality. I knew what needed to be done. We need a new shoe, and this is the perfect shoe.
I love it. I'm definitely going to support you and buy some, because my kids are exactly the same. I buy shoes, I pay like $50, and then a week later they bust it up. It's like, well, what's the point of that? So I am 100% backing you on that. And I had to ask a trick question.
Joy, do you yell at your kids not to run in their flip-flops?
I've given up, actually. I just stopped. I'm at a point to go like, oh, well, you don't want to listen, you're going to fall, but there's always blood involved.
So this is that, when you have kids that want the ease of the flip-flop, where I'm putting it on and off real quick, and you don't want them just running barefoot, this is the perfect shoe for that. And then what we found out over the course of time is that moms and dads really like this shoe. So like I garden in them.
Nice.
And mom goes to the store in them, and we both work around the house in them.
Yeah, you wear it in the house because they're like slippers. But they're like indoor, outdoor, so you can like wear them outdoor, like running or climbing trees or doing whatever you're doing, and then come in, and then it's like a slipper. It's awesome.
I
think we've sort of visualized people having maybe two pairs. Like I have my outdoor pair that I'm out there doing, and then I have my indoor pair. Right?
Yeah.
I was thinking that. Yeah, I think we actually need a few pairs around here in our family. I love it. Absolutely love it. I can't wait till you guys trip to New Zealand. That's going to be awesome. I saw that was in November, right? November, December, around there?
It was on the Kickstarter campaign. I'm not sure that the shop has been built outside of the shipping component has been built outside of the US right now. But by the time, so the inventory right now is being made, the first round of inventory at the factory right now, like his first production, right? So from the Kickstarter, and then your inventory is being made right now. So that'll drop in probably December.
Can't wait. Well, obviously with the whole COVID thing, it's really putting the whole delay on a lot of things, yeah, especially shipping internationally. It's been a real big pain for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's been that's been really interesting. The freight, by ship has been way better than the air. What we found. So I think he's going to be okay, because it's probably not going to leave the factory until the third week of October.
Okay. Well,
I think he's going to be good. But now we're getting into, this is his first big import in, and
so cool.
It's been fascinating, because now you're getting into, we've got to go deal with the government, and they've got to look at samples of his shoe and determine where it sits in their HTS codes, and we're learning all sorts of things we didn't think we were going to learn, huh?
Yeah. What's also good about Kickstarter is that you don't actually have to have the inventory when people buy the shoe. So basically, they pick their colors and critters, and we find out the most popular colors and critters, and then we make them. So if we make inventory for like maroon kangaroos, and we have 50 of them, but they only sell 2, then we would just waste that money. So we just make them when everybody gets their orders in, and that's how we figure out the data for the popular colors and critters.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, now I have a very big question for you. So so far you've impressed me very much with your questions answering. So what is your overall, what do you see yourself in 5 years with this overall vision? Where do you see yourself go? I know it's a big question, but
I have some big dreams, yes. First one, have a private plane.
Ooh.
Yes. And then second one is probably putting it into retail all over stores, all over the U.S. and pretty much everywhere in the world. And everybody buys it in the world. And they spread happiness, safety, and security to all critters so that we can have peace in this world.
Oh, I like that. That is really, really, really awesome.
Oh, yeah, and I also have a program called Crits Cares. So every time someone buys one of my shoes, $2 goes back to my elementary school. I'm in middle school now, but it's an artful learning school, and they need help with all the money, and they don't have enough for music and art and math and all of those programs. So they need money, so I'm going to back some of my money to them so that they can grow and have more kids there at their school. And one day, once a bunch of people buy my shoes, I will give money all over the world to schools and other charity so that we will have enough, so that they will have enough money.
You've got a very big heart. That is very, very awesome that you want to do that. So how can people support you?
I think they support me because.
So how can they support you?
Oh.
YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, how can they support me? My YouTube channel, my website, Instagram, Facebook, and I think that's pretty much it. That's all I can think of right now. But I think there might be more, but that's all I can think of.
That's awesome. And they can donate to your course as well?
I don't know if they can donate. Can you donate?
Not soon, next year. So
Soon,
that's
next
that's
year.
all being built out right now. So right now it's just if you buy the shoe, $2 from each pair.
Each pair will go back to mine.
Will go, but there will be Crits Cares will have a full 501c3 component. So
Crits Cares will be a whole industry, like Stark Industry. Except there's gonna be a buttload of money just to give out.
Yes, just to give out, and you won't be making war products.
Yeah, I won't be making war products, but I'll be spreading happiness and safety and security everywhere.
I love it. And your logo, do you see it on hats? I see your dad already wears a shirt. So are you going to wear it on hats? I can't see your logo on yours. Oh, there's your logo. Yeah. So you're wearing shirts and everything?
We have mugs. We're working on hats. We have collared shirts. I don't think they're selling right now, but we have T-shirts. And of course, shoes.
That's awesome. So I can just see you guys in like 5 years from now, just your brand just being everywhere. I think there's enough enthusiasm to go around to just boom it out everywhere.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for being on here. I really appreciate that. And, basically from the mind of a 8 to 11-year-old, the journey that you guys have been through, I know, doing something like this, it must have been incredibly hard. And I think really, guys, I think you're an amazing, amazing kid. And, like your dad said, your empathy and just that passion for helping people. I want to give to charity. And I mean, you could have said, I want to buy lollies or do whatever, but, like that passion for helping people and making people happy, that is just absolutely amazing. And I cannot wait to follow your journey. I'm going to like you on Instagram and Facebook and everywhere, and I'm going to tell my friends to follow your journey so we can support you, and one day soon I can just see you, having your things everywhere.
He launched a YouTube channel where he's posting short videos about how to use the shoes and different things about the shoes and some stories and whatnot, and he needs 100 subscribers to get a customized name on his channel.
Yes.
So he just launched this, and he's got, I think, maybe 48 subscribers. So
we gotta get those
subscribers. You gotta get to 100.
We gotta get to 100.
Right.
All right. I will put my feelers out there, and I will help you to get 100. We'll do it. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Your name really fits you. You are a joy.
I love it. Don't worry, my dad called me that because after having 2 older brothers that drove him mental, well, my brothers, and 9 years after my last brother was born, he was like, oh, thank you, I've got, little girl, and then that's my name, literally, that's where it came from. So, yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for being on my podcast. I will put the links everywhere. If you guys can just please do me a favor and just email me all the links that I need, where we can just drop the links below, and we can just, like I said, blast it out to the audience and whoever wants to hear and listen. So this will go everywhere as well: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and my podcast platform, which is on like 8 different platforms. So yeah, exciting.
Cool.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for your time. This is so awesome to talk to you guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Appreciate you.